Nah. What's up, y'all? What's happening? Real fast. Is the will today? Boy, they catching on up, man. So now we gotta just fill in the blanks a little bit while building on health and wealth and prosperity. Shout out to We Know the Truth now. Rolling the corn on this food. We got Dougie Dubs out here. Everybody talking about Egypt. So, you know, we got to go ahead and build about Egypt. And we got to build about the false. And some of the false Osiris and the true Osiris. One is an Etherian. One is an atmospheric. So now we can see the differences. And also, get your workout in, get your light body up. Like I say, right now, this is the year you just get all this together, man. We ain't worried about too much else, you know, getting physically swole. We mixing in the spirit and the flesh, the corporal, man. We're eating right and exact. We're getting in the sun. We're eating less. We're getting righteous downloads from our higher etheric realms, man. Our higher families. And shout out to those around the world that watch and, you know, stay tuned to NAGA. Peace. Shout out Jake the Ace. What's up? What's happening? Hey, man, one love. Peace. Glad you just came in to say what's up. We're going to go ahead and get in, man, because this is a good one. You're going to hear it. You're going to hear a lot of this information going on, spreading about now, because we're still putting information together, or information together right now. I see in this cycle, you know, for a hands-on type of thing, but we got to add in the spirit game too, so you can see. There were two Osirises. One who was like glorified as himself as the all-highest. He was the all-highest of I survey. Of course, agriculture is the all-highest of, you know, living. However, this guy was getting it to be a false, you know what I'm saying, a servant in his false heavenly kingdoms. That shit's up. The jig's up now. And so now we're seeing, like, we got the Mounds and we got the false pyramid over in Egypt, man. Most High gonna leave it as an example for everybody to see. The foolish one. Yeah, let's get into it, man. And shout out to Shayla Shalom and the Creator Gang, y'all. 432 dropping all of us, man. Everybody and all the family, the divas that they don't even know. Let's getting the divine downloads and getting it to us. All right, so two Osirises, right? There was an Osiris that existed thousands of years in a certain arc cycle before the Osiris the false. Now, this Osiris right here was the one that was most high, which is the all spirit, came and told to come to the earth and establish authority and establish the zodiac, which is you're going to establish the science of agriculture, the seasons, and things of that nature, knowledge of that. And so, with this Osiris, which is Asar, he was called out of the high heavenly realms or etheric realms. He's not on earth. He's not teaching about reincarnation and coming back over and over again, as you see some or hear some of these Egyptologists say. That's what they do, dealing with the 42 principles of Maya, that you got to be measured and he's the end and da-da-da-da. And he got his little homie Anubis and all that. You know what I'm saying? This is Osiris the false. When the true Osiris established the zodiac and mound building. This was the prequel before the actual pyramids became the step pyramids and glorious to how they are. And that was established by the goddess Spenta Armage, who was a female goddess and Etherian goddess who came 3,000 years later in another arc cycle. The first Osiris came in the arc cycle the first 21st arc cycle. The Osiris the false came in the 23rd arc cycle. It was able to steal bits and pieces from the true Osiris, who was the ones who established and taught the Iowans, who was the one who could see, you know, everlasting life and spiritual things and were able to be taught. You know what I mean? Shout out. What's happening? Can you fight though? Pow, pow, pow. Yeah, man, a little something. I learned how to fight when I was like, child. You know what I mean? You know, double up. We do sports though. We do sports too. Kickboxing. A little something, man. I like to see what you get it in. We're gonna get it in on that too. That's gonna be the next month is gonna be, we're gonna be showing some things. All right. Let's see. He's probably a part of the tribe. You know, we got the same type of spirit. So a light tribe, we probably may be that type of, that type. You know what I mean? But shout out to all the family that's tuning in. I definitely ain't got no hate towards individuals and stuff. So we're just revealing and building on, you know, our mystery. You know what I mean? And so we can see the difference between the true Egypt and the false Egypt. The first 200 years of the Egypt that was established, that was a very good Egypt. Everything was cool. You had the women, you had the feminine energy that was supposed to be channeled and mastered and harnessed within the man or in the masculine itself, and also in the family. You know, that was like the creative thing. A man had to master his feminine energy. It's not like his wife was the coldest piece. No. That was given as a symbol to be like, yo, this is what you gotta, and when you put this feminine energy up, you put it up as the highest empress energy. You learn how to be a magnet now. It's that for a man to do. And only if you do that, you have to raise your kundalini to the crown chakra and boom, 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 and get to seeing spiritual things. All right? And that's what you're capable of. But when you was molested by certain spirits that took your kundalini and allow you to now watch porn on your own, now you're doing it to yourself, then that just kind of lowers your godlike, your godhood. And this is what, you know, Osiris the First was getting us to establish the godhood. So anyhow, though, the Osiris the False came in under a ruler or one who fell from the higher heaven, which was the third resurrection, in a place called Cryoshiva. This is the true God heaven. So he wanted to, Anu-Hasaj kind of sounds close to Anu. Anu kind of sounds close to Anunnaki, right? Yeah. So him and a bunch of elves done rolled down to the earth. They was like, yo, I don't see the all spirit like this. I'm gonna have to test it. So the Most High allowed him to leave from the higher, from the third resurrection, which is the true God's heaven, onto earth and establish, you know, his reign for these thousands of years, because this was already prophesied what was going to happen. The true Osiris, the first one, already prophesied this, and that we was going to come and that the future was going to be able to measure the science of the first Osiris, the true, against the false one. The first one came with the mound building. This is when you see it, like, you know, with the pottery and all of these different things. Yeah, but the individuals started worshiping those potteries when they were starting getting low in vibration and becoming subjected to unfamiliar spirits, as well as familiar ones that was enticing them to be to worship certain idols, you know. And this is when you're dealing with people who weren't capable of seeing spirituality or spiritual nature. And so, bam, we come back into the game with Osiris the False. He's like, he comes in and he has a homie that's named he has a big homie named Anu-Hasaj. Anu-Hasaj gained Lord God status over a world. These beings are not really human, so you got to understand, the ones who was taught by Osiris the First, they were human. They left the planet and graduated thousands of years ago. Now they're able to come back later on and perfect the science of what Osiris the First put into play, which is the zodiac and the agriculture and all these different things. And this is when you see the erecting of the stone structures, the pyramids, and things of that nature. You know, this is the explanation in the spiritual realm. Now we see it in the flesh. Instead of just saying that we just evolved over time, we was inspired by our ancestors, by our angels, our spirits. But when unfamiliar spirits came in from other life forms and life forces and things of that nature that came into your world, dropping from their higher resurrection and influencing certain mortals around the world, when they came in, they took the doctrine and established their little stuff we see today, like the Gilgamesh epic, the Enuma Elish, all these different little doctrines that keep you away from the all spirit. The all spirit is the only one that's safe. Though people can speak on it, they still gonna slide their little shit in there. And this is why you got to get in tune with the heart. The lower you are in your chakra system, or just not being in tune in your musical instrument, the more you're not going to be able to see clearly with the mind's eye, and being able to see and have that discernment to be able to see what's right and what's wrong, and stop and not being followed or following these false gods and going into their little heavens. This is why we like bodybuilding, G. And that's why you got to eat the fruits, berries, and the melon. And this is why you got to detox daily, because Most High just made it to be this way, G. If not, you're just going to go, you know, you have your own will. You can just go ahead and go to the little heavens, and you're going to be spending time with them. And you can see that you're there if you're in the flesh when you dream. If you're having horrible ass dreams and shit like that, I guarantee you, you're under attack of these Druzids, jinn, whoever that's attacking you in these first resurrections. Besides giving you the whoop to get onto the higher resurrections. And he also tell you, even though you can be in hell, you can still have a good night's sleep. It says that in the Bible. I don't know the verse though. Somebody has to find it for me. But this is how it's coming out right now. So Most High had already shown the glory is gonna give to him because now the story is truly being revealed. There was 2 different Osirises, all right? So we're not gonna get all into super duper details, but as above, so below. So this is how when people start coming in and start jacking your story and shit, and then start putting into play where they want you to be reincarnated over and over again until you become a perfect flesh human. And it's like, what's after that? You know what I mean? What you're gonna do after being a perfect flesh human, other than just sit and be like a tree or something? You know, your spirit is the only thing that evolves. So when you have these people coming in under the Syrian doctrine, they're under the science of the depth Egyptology, where a depth science of Egypt, which was like basically learning how to master life and going into the depth realm, which is leaving their physical body and then going out and doing what the Most High chosen ones do. So they was learning how to do it, and they was allowed to do it, but they were getting stuck. And being that when they come back to their physical body, they were unable to use it. Osiris the False had a very powerful kingdom, G. He had the most powerful false kingdom on earth. But he was taught under Anu-Hasaj, which is basically Anunnaki. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people want to be cool with the Anunnaki. You got to understand, these beings came and searched for things. You don't come and search for something if you didn't deplete your own place of it. You know, so therefore that means that this can't be good. Anybody coming to places and trying to take over certain areas is not good. You have your own. You either want to help somebody or you leave it alone. That's it. You don't come and take. And that's what these beings do when they come in with this cluster B personality. Now we're putting it together. It's a psychology too. So it's like, oh, they come and gaslight and project their their false insecurities onto innocent people and strive to get their land and resources along with their spirituality. Because if they got you in the spirit game, they can further take over your world, and they can keep it for a longer period of time until an Ethereum shows up. Because they know you Ethereans. Everybody know that. All the elites know that niggas is Ethereans, chief. And they from Mississippi. And there's a few more, you know what I'm saying? But I just had to clear that up real fast. I was gonna jump back into the live later, but I just wanted to jump in and just build about just a quick live on what the science is of Osiris, because everybody's like worshiping them, but they're worshiping them on the low. Yo, King Kai, you already know we're talking about some old, the Egyptologist people, you know what I'm saying, that just be worshiping a lot of things, the Ashe people. I like the Ashe people, but they're starting to break down a little bit now, you know what I'm saying, because, America or Amaru is the homeland, man. That's who we truly is, and everybody know. When you travel the world, you'll know who he is, because there's a certain light in you, a certain bop in you, and they kind of want to make you hate yourself for that, and that's very, that's sad for these people. And Most High already prophesied all this. So now we're in the time where we're getting our, you're getting your light body up, your semen retention, your celibacy, you're not giving your light away, not going online searching for, chicks and bras. We definitely got to get away from that, because this is how they're molesting you. They learn how to molest your spirit, and that further takes over your physical. When your physical taken over, damn, you got to constantly refine yourself. Refinement is removing trash and filth. But you got to know what's trash and filth. Some people don't even know what trash and filth is in their own chemical makeup or in their mental. This is where that psychology comes into play, the cluster B personality disorder, which is real. It's an ICD-9, ICD-10. When you've been exposed to people who have this type of psychological disorder and they're pathological, they can make you feel inadequate about your own existence if you're not strong in your spiritual nature, G. This is why it's important to eat the right and exact foods, because of course you're going to get parasites and shit. Let me go ahead and look this up, because I know I'm drawing mugs up. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what happens. Anyway, so this is why, you know what I'm saying, the parasite thing, the so-called enemy, Satan, whatever, parasites has not really been good for anybody. So to remove them quick and swift is the best thing you can possibly do. And Most High already had a game plan for that. Most High playing chess, G. You know what I'm saying? These people playing checkers. So basically, he's showing you how not to eat. so you can be able to comprehend what the hell is going on, because it's only so far we're going to go with this external information. This is the age of Cosmon, or this is where we're blending spirit and flesh, you know, the corporal. So we got to get everything in order. This is for the future. This ain't for the taking pictures for the gram and showing I got this type of information. I just discovered this and da-da-da-da. No, this is you working for the life family, G. It's supposed to be added on. So when we master our basically our carnal desires, which is sex, eating, and the desire to control and manipulate another motherfucker, then that's when you're moving on to godhood. Until then, we're just gonna be over here, big eye, little you, I got this, who else got this? But at the same time, Most High do give you your own lane. So you gotta figure out where that lane is at and just do you in the world. Shit. Make knowledge born so you can save self. Hold on, buddy, find yourself. And this is why the zodiac is important. People are like, oh, the zodiac, da-da-da-da. You know, they came in and they switched the zodiacs up because they know we was going to come in and master we was just going to map the zodiac back out again. They're like, oh, this is what's going on. Because they know what's going on. They're just not masters, readers. They got a lot of people sitting there mastering, trying to master this reading and say, oh, so-and-so's coming, this, and da-da-da-da. They know what's kind of going to happen, but the Most High know all the way. See, all this information should have came out with the false prophets. They could talk real good, but they weren't really doing much. They wanted to be in the commerce society. They wanted to have businesses. I'm talking about Elijah Muhammad. Yeah, Marcus Garvey. These people were talking about we came from Africa. All that shit getting exposed 100 years later. And it's like, look, nigga, you should have told us we were from Amaru, G. And that's it. But no, we had to go all the way and be Islamic. Then we had to come over and go through the Turkish Ottoman Empire now with Moors. And these Moors can't even let up. And these motherfuckers still ain't got no land on the soil of Amaru. So it ain't worked. You gotta get Most High, G. You can't get it no other way. I'm gonna tell you, you can't. Nan and the boo-boo. If you ain't lined up with the Most High, you're not gonna be right. This is the only way you're gonna have to do it. I know it sounds fucked up, but the way, the truth, and the light is this way. You ain't gonna get it no other way. We're not gonna get on land nowhere. And it's while we eating flesh, and the flesh of swine, and not even honoring and honoring each other's existences, and because we'll be coveting shit from each other. We still covet shit. If we're on the gram taking pictures with this and that, we're still gonna covet it, because that's when you're trying to trigger another motherfucker. That's supposed to be personality. So I always get people, they come to me, yeah, the guy walking with the backpack, or the guy sitting down with the birds, the bird man, you know what I'm saying? They send them right at my ass and try to see what I'm about. And I'm just sitting back, maintaining with the happiness. These people walking up with money, thousands of dollars they could give to you any day. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they see you like, what is your secret? What do you do? That's how they talk to me. And it's like they see that is real and true and living. Because I'm not in the bubble or the Marika, the mainland. I'm out in the heart chakra. So they actually see the aloha naturally and shit. So they do anything to try to gaslight, man, you're thinking this way if I express myself a certain way. So if it's like you're talking to any narcissist and you try to even express something back and you're having a conversation, say that they can express something. But once you say it and agree and then you try to express something, it's like your feelings don't even matter. And so they're going to gaslight, oh, you're feeling this way, and project some type of insecurity. So them type of people, you got to move away, because this is how vampires work. It's plain and simple. You can't even talk to them no more. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're in the day and age now. You can't even do shit like that. We're supposed to be working on the divine Sabbath, meaning that I can't go to work on the Sabbath day, even though it changes. It's not on Saturday every day. It was on Sunday the other day, on the Easter day. And the Easter people know that they use the Sabbath energy every fucking year. And this is what I'm saying to you. They know. So we didn't know. So if we coming in the game when the Israelites are like, yo, man, we're happy Sabbath on a Saturday every Saturday, we out of tune. We don't know shit. So they can sit back and eat popcorn and laugh at us. Popcorn, that's our shit. They gonna sit there and eat the shit that we use to entertain ourselves and just get entertainment off our stupidity, our dumbness. Instead of just going ahead and jumping into the temple, getting that light to the crown chakra, that's what they're afraid of. Because we can talk Press to John, we can talk Mounds, all this shit. They know a NAGA gonna go to them Mounds and sit. You're gonna do all that, but after a while, you're gonna have to refine the flesh. That's when it's gonna get you in tune. I mean, working out, get your lactic acid starting to build up, start killing off them daggone parasites in you, start starving them parasites. ASAP. You know what I'm saying? You got to do it. I've been doing this since I was 16. I wouldn't say this if it wasn't the weight. You know what I mean? I had to get out of a certain place. I wouldn't be in the mansion sitting there talking to you like, yeah, you have to see it like this, you know what I'm saying? It's a mother doing an honest to me and shit. She's trying to show everything. That's why I looked up. Because my lip was dry as a mud. Like, dry, what was it? Worked my back out today, though. Let me see what's going on. We did back today. Back in the gym after the Sabbath. I love when the Sabbath, bro, because Sabbath be dropping jewels on me. It just be giving me stuff like, boom, boom, boom. When you follow the Sabbath, you get jewels. Man. Most High just start blessing you out of nowhere. You be sitting there like, hey, where that money come from? What that do? I didn't even ask it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Certain things that you need, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? It makes your options a little bit more better. Some people are just opportunists, and they'll just take any option and shit. You want to take the divine options, you know, when you see the divine talking to you. And to have clarity and to see that is the way you do it. You know, the universe is something else. You may bump your head, because today's, you know, wisdom knowledge. So that's wisdom knowledge, all being born to understanding. Some guys be like, oh, all being born came later. But, you know, just being wise to what you know. Just having a comprehension of what you know. Applying what you know. You know what I mean? And not just bumping your head right away. You're going to still get the understanding. That's what the universe is. Sometimes you got to boom, like, oh, I don't have to walk there no more. Now let me do the knowledge. Now you're going to put knowledge before the wisdom as just as a, you know, a way to be able to cut yourself off from certain hells that you don't have to go through. Because knowledge and wisdom is 1 and 2, which equals 3. That's the L letter in the alphabet. We're just going to draw it up intuitively anyways. You know what I'm saying? So that's the highest understanding of man and woman is the child, or the best part, right, of knowledge and wisdom. So we use knowledge and wisdom in order to be able to get that understanding, to show the love of the Creator and the universe. So that's how we're talking like this. We're putting it all together, shit. False prophets, they should have said it, man. And there's a lot of them too, people. Shit. There's so many of these motherfuckers. But now we got the Most High babies. They out here, they're already in them. They in the gene, they telling you all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're not putting it on together with the Tatari stuff, but the Tatari, you had certain giants and things of that nature that was helping, and then you had certain things that was taken over from the 31st parallel or 33rd parallel and went north. You know, it was things that happened and transpired and stuff like that. But it's good to know history to kind of put yourself in order. But right now, the most important thing to do is to make sure you got that's it. Because if you do that one, you're gonna have to just best do it on the accident. Don't try to do it on purpose. Don't be sitting there and running to the bushes and be like, let me go ahead and get this, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a certain thing that comes along with it. The magnetic attraction that drop, you want to keep it up. Like me right now, I got people who don't even know what the hell they want to do around me. I got to understand that. Oh, going to this, and then this and that and the third. And being in the gym, oh gosh, G, if men are kind of low, you can see the difference too. And it's like, you don't want to do that. So our men got to go ahead and be at the top of the line of the wine. You know what I'm saying? Top of the line wine, G. I ain't standing around watching me. I ain't telling you to play around. I don't want to say nothing, man. See, I'm not here to validate cluster B personality disorder no more. You know what I mean? Because I know the idolize and the value discard mechanism. You know what I'm saying? I ain't bad at the Caucasians, but, you know, it's a lot from them. And they gaslighted a lot of shit onto the world. And there's a mask that's up, that's falling right now and being revealed to the world. Say it ain't. Say it ain't. Ain't Most High exalting his people right now in front of everybody? The lowest, but yeah, everybody want to be like him. Everybody's inspired. Oh, it's the genetics. Are you telling me it's the you know what genetics mean? Do you know what DNA means then, since you say it's the genetics? Let's be real. Shit's serious, man. You know what I'm saying? The light is real, Chief. I don't have to get super what you call it, but you know, I'm a little down to earth because I hit my fruit. And people get mad because you're smoking weed. You get mad at anything else. There's fucking wars going on in the world. There's people doing the dumbest shit. People eating swine. There's people that you get mad at a person for smoking some fruits, some marijuana. You ain't got it. You don't have to smoke it. And you don't have to be around the motherfucker who smoke it. How about them sour apple cakes? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you can still eat meat if you want to, That's on you. I just come in and just say, look, for the chosen and for the ones who's looking to refine themselves, these are the keys. If you've been looking, you got to get your kidneys filtered. They should have told us that. Even your little smart ass, healthy ass, so-called healthy, brother, I don't even know his name, man. I'm gonna call him Healthy Brother. Smart, healthy brother. Like Smart Brother. I haven't seen Smart Brother do too much workout. You know what I'm saying? I just hear him regurgitate some information, man, instead of reaching out. I can hear a lot of the similarities, man, coming out. So I know you're doing the knowledge. Because why? It's mysterious. I know. You know what I'm saying? Most High put that shit together for a nigga, man. I know Muzz is watching. Even the highest ones, man. Or the highest so-called YouTuber people, whatever, that's dealing with working out. They're learning too. You know what I'm saying? But they got to add in that light body in it. You know what I'm saying? Because we could all go pick up something, put something down, and eat a big-ass sandwich. Yeah, your body's going to respond to it. You're always supposed to be building muscle. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Because the older you get, the more your muscles are going to deteriorate off your bone, but you want to build strong bones too, and that's eating certain fruits. I ain't got to be eating meat 3 times a day. What the hell's wrong with you, man? Them parasites all in your mind. I'm not talking to you, but they got the time to come over and comment and say some shit what I should be eating. You know what I'm saying? Or what I'm smoking. Things of that nature. Not knowing that my people, I came from the smoking tobacco ass niggas. The Indians that they found in America, big peace pipes and shit. Weed, herb, other smokes that cure fucking asthma, everything. How you gonna tell the knockers, man, not to smoke no weed? And them the niggas that showed you who was smoking weed in the first place. Cooking it, making tinctures and shit like that. Not even eating for 3 or 4 days because the herb can curb the appetite. Now they're eating the seeds of the weed. Now you got protein. Now you're getting swole as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even eating a piece of fucking animal or nothing. Ain't chasing nothing down. Ain't being a hunter-gatherer or nothing. Shout out to Know the Truth, man. It's a fellow Mississippian, bro. You know what I'm saying? All our people came from Mississippi. And I'm pretty sure your mama, your grandmama, your granddad, somebody came from Mississippi, the Delta, somewhere around all up in the Fertile Crescent. So you got to go ahead and get back in tune with that, because that's the Most High going to get us all right back on point. We're going to be working out. We're going to be eating right and exact. We ain't even in the flesh yet. And then we're going to start linking up. We're going to, if you really want to unite, if you just want to be separate and go and be in commerce society and go into their world and just do whatever and just spend money with these people's faces on it, that's a total goddamn own lie, and give it this power, you know what I'm saying? Then go ahead and do that. But the ones that's like dissatisfied and done with that and done with the false prophets, the toxic crusaders, the funny ass YouTube workout people who just here to entertain. They cool to watch entertaining and shit. That's cool. But you know, Most High is just showing you like, yeah, I can put all these people in front of you. You know what I'm saying? These type of people, that's cool, man. It's fun and entertaining. But that's our culture still. But right now, if you want some serious shit and still have fun and cultivate the happiness and the serotonin, and these are the keys to doing it, G. You ain't gotta worry about going out there and buying sea moss from somebody every daggone day. I got my sea moss, because that was marketed to you. You never really had sea moss if you was on the mainland. You don't know shit about the herbs and shit like the Jamaicans and all that. Them mothers was diving in the sea. They was scuba diving. This is what we were showing them how to scuba dive. Not us. I'm talking about being the Amaru, the Jamaicans. They was already scuba diving and deep sea diving and getting the fish and all of this shit. They knew how to do that. And they got actually the shit in stone. They show the Persians doing it, but they'll make you think that the Persia was all the way over in the so-called Middle East, but the Middle East is over in the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, all of that. That's where the Muslims was at. And they had big ass locks and afros and shit under the water with the tubes and shit. So we already did all of that stuff. You know what I mean? Now we're just remixing it and remembering. There was an Osiris the first, and there's Osiris the second. These are the main rulers, really, of the earth and shit. You're going to remember Osiris because he had Isis, right? And Isis had the Virgin Mary, right? I mean, Isis was like the Virgin Mary, and then you had, you know, the son Heru. You know what I mean? That's my so-called, one of my so-called names. Harris, Heru, Supernatural Heru, you know what I'm saying? Kari, you know? The light, Anu, you know? Amuri. So all these words, they connect because there was false gods that came in with different phonetical sounds and languages too, different languages. That's why you had Arabic sound like Aramaic. Alif, Alif, Ba, or Bet. You know what I'm saying? Like Arabic is Alif, Ba, Ta, Da, Shin, Ke, Ho, Da, Ta. You know, it got this shit too. And you got the Aramaic, you got this thing. But, you know, this came from this. And then it's dealing with Osiris the first, all right? We're going to deal with that one because that one was the first one that taught us the science of the stars and the astrology and the alignments and how to have agriculture and how to watch over our cornfields and make sure our corns don't get molested by certain animals and things of that nature, you know? So we took these knowledges, and that's why the locust beads and all that shit was found where we was at, and that's why they took our shit to remix it. Because it was like, if they were doing it, let's go doing it. This is why the Most High is going to leave that mockery of a pyramid that they got over in Egypt together. So we all going to see the lie for what it is. And we can give the glory to the Creator because the Creator's playing chess. I already know what the hell he's doing all the way around the board. It's a frequency and shit. And all we have to do as the babies, the ones that are ripe, the most ripe in spirit, is just cultivate our spirit and our happiness, work out, grind, shine. You know, shoot. Females is already attracted to you. You're the most attractive man in the world. Now everybody knows the illusion's over. They don't like our women don't like Africans like that. Our women can go without sex, without divine eye. You know what I'm saying? We know that because they're super tough. I haven't really met too many butch African women. You know what I'm saying? I never really did. I always see some twerking motherfuckers, but I seen a lot of tough ass sisters that didn't get that shit up, G. Tight. And this is what led me to know and understand and believe that, yeah, we allowed them. They was on islands by themselves because they were strong enough. And we was on islands and strengthening ourselves. And then we met at certain times of the year, which were mating times, to be able to see our families. They had the children. Us as men was over here mastering our science of our femininity, not dealing, I know I said our femininity all over, but yeah, science of just our feminine energy. You know what I mean? And not like on some old sex shit. I'm talking about creator. Like, this man can pull shit out of the cosmos now because he ain't got this shit around him that's, because you could be around a woman too long, it can weigh on you. The cluster B personality can come up out of nowhere and shit. So this is why it was healthy for us to separate and allow them to have the children. We over here doing our thing and and mastering ourselves. When we come back together, that's how it is. And we're gonna be like that for forever. It's gonna be like that again. You ain't gonna be just laying with your woman every day, man. You'd be sick. You got the cluster B personality. One of y'all got an abandonment issue. You can't let the other one go. So you'll let that toxicity just build up. Like that lactic acid just build up in your soul and shit type shit. Yeah, that shit ain't gonna work. So this is why right now, as a man, you taking the stands is being like, yo, G, I'm gonna work out, because now you see in the gym, you see a lot of nationality women that's different. All they do is work out their glutes, G. And we know niggas like glutes because we can treat a glute like it's a fucking face if we wanted to, and then bang and shit, they want that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're almost getting prepared for you because you're the alpha and the omega now. And I know it sounds kind of crazy, but a lot of men want to see their women banged by a nigga. And the truth is, in sex, because that's the lowest frequency of communication and shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the truth is in that. They know that. And so this is why it's like, damn, a lot of these women will be yours. They'll be your friends, your woman, but your queen is going to be your queen. She'll be the one to go get the females because she's tough as hell. You know what I'm saying? Our women is, at least. We know our women can coexist with other women, with things of that nature, and because this is a spiritual thing. It's not, I got my wives and I'm having sex with all of my wives. No, my wisdom is the one, which is my queen. She can deal with these. She deals with the wisdoms. We just chilling. She know all the wisdoms is drawing up because I got her, and that's the confirmation. Like, man, he got me, and she's so confident that like she had to study him to make sure that this nigga is a catch. And when they see that, and it's like, I got it. Now the other woman's like, okay, now they can nab other women, and you gotta just watch out for certain women that's in that cluster B personality that want to try to take the main one. That ain't gonna happen if you under your righteous rulership, you know what I'm saying, with yourself as a man. So you're not gonna, so you won't fall victim to shit. You be like, nah, there ain't no more of that. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't really be that goddamn lustful anyways. You know what I'm saying? Where you gotta bang all the chicks. They coming with you, they just coming with you, and they're gonna come with you as a family and shit. You know what I'm saying? You may not even have babies with one or two. Some of them may not be able to have babies, but they may be the coldest aunties ever to with your babies, with the sisters that they with, because women desire sisterhood, sistership, man. You know what I'm saying? This is why they was important in the first 200 years of Egypt, because it's like, nigga, I mean, everything is about feminine energy. It's good to have this around, even when you got a feminine looking woman. You know what I'm saying? A feminine woman, a woman that's, you know, not feminine, but just the female, right? And you're the man. It's good to have women around you and shit. It balances the energy out. If you're in a place where it's all men, the energy is going to grow toxic. Somebody in there is a little extra, you know, opposite kundalini-ish, and it's going down. And you're going to feel it. So people try to gaslight on you, an empath, your feelings or what you may feel. So it's hard to express something to a narcissistic cluster B personality disorder motherfucker, because this gonna be hard for them to understand it, especially if they eating the wrong food. I mean, the wrong food that have you thinking the wrong way, you know, and that's gonna have you fucked up. And so yeah, man, with the whole little, you know, women as being your family, your what they call it, what they say, the whole little family thing. You know what I'm saying? The polygamy and shit, you know, that is not based around really sex, and it only was like that when the world needed to be populated like that. Right now, the spirit needs to be healed. So you may being the type of man you is, you may have a multitude, maybe about cultural women, like 4 probably. You're doing this work right here because a lot of women gonna get left out because they only gonna attract suckers, and a lot of them suckers ain't gonna have no women anyways. They only gonna attract them. So you want to attract the real ones. The real ones, it's like, okay, I got to do the work. I got to put in the work. If I want a motherfucker like this, and it's cool with sharing. It's not that. It's like, okay, this man is lustful because he done already went to school for the science of that teaching, you know? And he might be intimate, and they like intimacy, and they're sisters, and you're not going to be sweating their ass. You're going to be chilling, doing your thing. Stuff like that, man. They desire sisterhood, dude. You know, you see a woman, she got to have a lot of babies. If she ain't got a sister, she got to have some babies or somebody, some cousins, something. You know what I mean? And sometimes if it's cousins, they might like the same dude. And that just happens to play out like that. It's a family thing, G. It's a family affair. And, yeah, all you got to do as a man, just get yourself in order, dude. It's like a bee. Like, they always talk about the queen bee, and they think that she's the head honcho. It's like, no, she's the one that's most capable of having all these damn babies, and she's only attracting the bees because she's capable of doing this shit. The male bees that is the most strongest and the most, you know, smartest and all that shit that can lay the eggs on him. And when he's done, he goes and dies somewhere. The weakest ones get kicked out of the the hive. If they're weak, the female bees with the stingers pick their ass up like, nigga, you ain't staying up in here, nigga. Get your ass up. That's what they do. So you got low light, that's what's gonna happen. So what you're supposed to do as a human being or as a being is you're just supposed to, as a male, you're supposed to just keep yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Become the truth. You know, keep yourself right and exact. Just make sure you're disciplined. You don't have to rule nobody else, nigga. It's not about ruling somebody else, man. You don't have to do none of that. Because everybody, when you rule yourself, you gonna start trying to rule. The people gonna try to rule you. Because you ruling yourself. They gonna look at you like, I gotta rule this motherfucker. He look at him ruling himself and shit. He mastering himself. I gotta rule this nigga. This motherfucker think everything is fine and dandy and sweet and shit. Like, nah. So keep on improving, man. Be the best you can be at all damn times. Because you're like, at this sign, it gotta shine, G. They gotta see. They like, damn, these niggas never stop evolving. They never quit striving to be the best under no fucking circumstance. We done put heroin, dope, made fucking games, made them kill themselves, and put necromancy under these niggas, man. Made sure they split their families up. You know, everything. And these niggas is still coming back to the Most High. Tell you, G. That's it. Ain't nothing else, man. That is the people of the Most High. And the Most High is even shitting even more. He's showing you who in the Mounds now is revealing even more to the world. Who's in the Mounds, the time frame of the Mounds, the fake motherfuckers who came after the true mound builders, and where their locations was at, and how they was influenced and inspired by false gods, which is lore, which we would call fallen angels, because we got to get out their cosmology and shit. Everything's layered in frequencies and buoyancies and shit. So light tends to go higher. That's why, you know, certain things float and certain things sink, you know? So the spirit goes up. There's cities and shit as above, so below. All these magnificent cities that we see over where we were at, all them, that Chicago and all that shit and everything, it's a city above right there that looks just like that. That's how the city got the plan. It was in the spirit first, and then boom, yeah. So that's what we're doing right now, y'all. I love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm finna get ready to go ahead and jump off here. I got some fruit. This is just a post-Sabbath day. I would have jumped in. We're gonna get the workout in too, y'all. So it's gonna be up the chain. We're just gonna keep it going. It's like, man, like a pastor that's working out at the same time in front of you. Now what you gotta do, you gotta put God first. That's gonna be the new shit. You gotta put God first. God is the higher self. But that's gonna be like that though. But we fun. We having fun with it over here because we real. And we like the Tao. We're gonna, you know, I'm a Taoist or a Taoist, so that's more the most realistic shit you can really talk about. That's where the yin yang come from. You know, that came from the Mississippian culture too. So anyhow, that goes all the way out, you know, Angkor Wat and all that good stuff. You know, so yeah, we're gonna master these things, man. Just master that appetite. Get in the sun as much as you possibly can. Run around, walk barefoot, ground. You know, that stuff keeps you right and exact. I mean, I played outside all the time when I was little. I ain't even had to eat. I come home, I'm like, damn, I got a ring of dirt around my mouth and shit. Like I've been eating mud pies all day. You know, I decided it seemed like, I'm just running around, the dust just hitting my face, man. So you're eating minerals out of the atmosphere. You got a big ass nose for a reason. Your hair is taking this shit and putting it in, and you're breathing and you're internalizing, metabolizing the shit. That's why being outside is the best thing you can do. They want you inside. They're like, look at him. Yeah, he can't even be inside. Look at him. Trying to make it gaslight like there's something wrong with you being outside, motherfucker. But you're a crystal. You belong in the sitting outside in the sun, chilling. As a matter of fact, you're supposed to be mastering how long you can sit in the sun. That's a good thing. You know what I mean? You go in the shade, your melanin cool off. It's like, then you walk back in the sun, it's like, and people notice this shit at the end of the day. You go into the store somewhere, they're like, oh, and look at you like, damn, what the fuck's been going on? You know? That's because that sun been on you and shit. You've been eating some fruit. That's electric. Now you got copper on you somewhere. You got electric energy, or you got copper in your hair and shit. You know, your hair is hooked up to where? To the ethers and shit. You an Ethereum. You know what I'm saying? You from the you gotta talk about Osiris the truth, you know? We're not here to resurrect with Osiris the false and his little homies and shit. His little fake little L homies and shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're the true guys. Anyhow, that's it. I know I was gonna say something else about something. Like I just accidentally looked down the way, man. And of course I accidentally looked down. I was gonna bring them down here and shit. You know what I'm saying? This type of shit I gotta deal with. But you know, it's only gonna go down for a season. All of us gonna be up, and we're gonna be most likely gonna have to separate us because we're peculiar. We have to be separated because we done raised our shit so fucking high. No other man that's on some foul shit can be around us. I'm telling you, the energy's gonna be so goddamn going high that it will make a person sick damn near to be around you. It's not like you see a devil and you be like, or if someone's on a lower frequency, like, man, you make me sick. It's gonna be like when they see your ass, it's like, damn, they gonna instantly be sick because they're gonna be vibrating so high. It's like, you're learning how not to eat. It's like when you were kids, same difference, you know? That's why you let the kids go outside. Play. I told all my children, I ain't raised them like that. I told their ass, like, hey, y'all go outside. Their mama would have let them stay inside all day. I was like, no, I had to show them the cuts. Like you walk down the street, but you're gonna be outside, man. It's hot too. Take your ass outside. And they learn how to make lemonade and all that shit. They were hustling and shit too. So now they grown as hell. You know what I'm saying? They in their 20s, man. You know, so that's cool. And so my baby is 21. Shit. That's my widow one. She's 21. She seems like she's the oldest one out of all of them. Shit. You know, I know my babies be watching me and shit, so they probably like, Dad, or they call me Father. But they know they cool. I'm cool. They got a cool dad to play with and shit. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my baby's Prince and Isis. Or Offset, that's my baby name, Offset. Alright, so Offset my ass. And yeah. So anyhow, love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. Peace. You already know. You can sit like this. This works. You make your own. You make your own mudras up. You know. You see, it's any combination. We showed them any combination. When you turn the wrist, it works. You know what I'm saying? Just things. Very light though. Just chilling. Walking down the street. It soothes your ass so quick. I'm telling you, man, I'm not playing. Especially when you clear. And that shit works, dog. I'm telling you. Hands. That's why niggas always slap. Oh, that's why you see niggas sitting like this. And you see the Jamaicans, they always like this. That's enlightenment. That means enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? We do it light. Our hands connected. Boom. Right. See some people, they try to fake it. You can't fake this, man. You can't fake this if you're in tune. You got the light going up through you. You're sitting down, you're quiet, because I'm about to be quiet. This is the most I'm going to talk through the day. You know what I'm saying? So when you be quiet, it's like, that's when they start sending them damn helicopters over your ass on a cloudy day. You got everybody want to watch you on the beach. that ain't in tune, but that's cool for certain people. All right, that's cool. I ain't mad at you. All right, I love you.